Hello guys, welcome to another JustGraduateJS version 13 tutorial. As you may sound from the last episode, it's the same day, same everything. So I'm posting 2 videos to celebrate a special occasion. So if you guys are wondering what the special occasion is, RAM just got very high usage and server count. So I'm happy about that, so I'm doing a happy video. Anyways, today we're going to be connected to the RAM API again. This time, we're using it for the 8-ball command. So we'll ask 3 questions or more, and we'll pull this API. So we'll execute, we'll get our text, maybe, and we'll also check, in case someone just goes spamming our command, we'll also check to make sure that the API for this is followed on top of Discord's API. Either way, if you're seeing this message, you know Discord's API got closed. So, RAM API only allows 5 requests per 5 seconds. So after you hit that, it will come out as a too many requests issue. It will not error it though. It will error it. Sorry, my bad. It will error. So if error.data So yeah, so if you get that, and it looks like it's an error, so that's good news. So it follows its policy. Anyways, let's go ahead and get to coding this thing. So first we need to touch into a new directory on src, commands, and fun. We'll touch 8ball.js. So that made the file. So now what we can do is nano into that directory. So now we're in our 8-ball command file. So in this, we're gonna const axios equals to require. If you guys are looking for node fetch, there is a tutorial series on how I do that in version 12. If you go to that playlist, you can see it. It's the hug command. But in this case, I'm doing something newer. I'm using axios. So we're going to go to axios, and we're also going to need to import our API version again. Which, if you didn't watch the last episode, that is in our config file, which I also need to edit to make this 5. So, yeah, that's there. That defines what version we're connecting to. So we're going to do our API version. Just to require //config. So now that's all we need to import on the top half of this file. So now we can do module.exports equals to name 8-ball. Category fun. Usage is hello. Hello. I don't know why I have hello in there. It would be 8-ball question. And I did forget to do the DSC, which is the description. Ask the bot a question. So now we want to do async, execute, client, message, args, message, embed. So first we're going to check to see if args exist. But the way we want to do this is make sure it actually has 3 args. So if it doesn't have 3 args, it will not work. Even though it doesn't use this to really debate and answer, it's just random based off what the API gives it. We want it to know what it's doing. So we'll just go ahead and return a message.reply, and we can let it ping everyone. We're not going to add any much after this. So we do content equals to please ask a 3-word or more question. Alright, so now that we got that, we can now do our API importation. So we're going to do exactly how we did it in the last video at the end with the base URL and everything, so this may look different than what you may have noticed from the beginning of that episode. So we'll wait auxios.get /8ball. So now we're getting our 8-ball, which is the URL point. Now, that's not the full URL. You can put the full URL instead of doing the base URL, but I like doing base URL. So we do base URL https ram.gameroo.top /API / and then we'll do our API version. After that, we'll close that and close that. Now we want to do is .them function response. Then we can do that. So now I want to check to make sure that response isn't coming out as a this error. This error is what we want to check. If it's sending that, then we have requested way too much data. Alright. So, yeah. So if it's this, then we'll have a message back. Reply back to the person so they know that it's not because we're being mean. Because we're not. So we'll do a message reply. Content. Response dot data dot to many requests. Now, of course, this may error if Discord's API has too many requests as well. So in another episode, I will show you how to catch that error so you can send a webhook to yourself or on a channel. Now for this one, we don't want it to ping the person. So we'll allow mentions. And then we'll do replied user, which is the user that it's replying to, false. So now it can't ping that user, at least in this function. And we'll do that to end that message. Otherwise, what we're going to do is let text equal to response.data.text. That's what's going to come out of the thing if it's not reaching its API limit. So for example here, if I go back here and I hit execute, you see now we got the 200 code and we got our text out of that. So now we can go back into our code. And after that, all you have to do is message.reply content. We'll just put our text in. And we'll also now allow it to ping. And then we can end that up then. Now we want to catch errors. So we're going to do .catch. Error. Console.log error. Now, I would like to say we can do this here as well. What we'll do is message.channel. We're going to do channel this time. Let's send. There was an error connecting to the API. And of course, you would know what this stands for. Now we're done. Now, of course, you can also check to make sure that that doesn't error as well. But in this case, we're good. So now we can start the bot. So we have an unexpected token in our 8-ball command. And you'll notice it came in one of these falses. So 1, 2. And that would be true if we forgot to. Let me make sure I didn't mess this one up here as well. I did not. So now it's on version 2 matches the latest version. We did that in the last episode. So now if I come here and do equals to 8-ball, we're just going to do 8-ball. Let's ask for the question. Will I have fun? And I'm going to spam it here just so you check that check. Oops. Make sure you have it done correctly. So now we have an 8-ball. API version is not defined. So API version is not undefined because we actually added an S. Now it is. Maybe. So now I'm just going to keep spamming it. There's error connected to the API. So let's see what the error is. Data. There is data in error. Okay. So what we can do, I wasn't sure about that. So what we can do with this, and I'm actually going to, I'll add this to the GitHub one. I wasn't sure if you can do this. So if error.data.to many request what we can do is return, and we can copy the same code as we did above for this. Right, the lines, and if we start the bot, do not put too many returns. It will do that. We'll fix that now. That way people know that they're spamming the API and it's not a connection issue, it's an actual API limiter going on. So we're going to spam it again to get that message. An error has occurred. Too many requests if undefined. It is undefined. It's request, not request. So you need to fix this function as well, so that way it has the right version in it. There we go. So now if it errors out with that message, it should tell us. If we quickly spam the API, it errors out again. Error.data, which is that right there, it is too many requests. It's this one. Okay, I see it now. Alright, so that confused me for a second. I've got to change that to error. Anyways, so now if we go ahead and spam RAM API, errors again. Here's what I'm gonna do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So that's the line it's having issues on. So error.data.to many requests. Which, if you guys remember, if I just go ahead and get my computer to do it, is it. It's right here. So what I'm going to do is make sure I didn't do any typos by copying that and pasting it in. And it's under the data field. So we're going to do it once again, we're gonna spam this API to get that message to occur. It is not want to send. I do not know why. So, since I don't know what to do on this part, I'm gonna pause real quick and figure this out. Alright, I was just looking at this closer. It actually does give out a response still. And the status code. Too many requests. It just has a status code. So, instead of doing this, I just came up with an idea to just comment those out. And come down here to where it says error connecting to. Okay. And we'll just do a error dot response dot status code. So if I go back here for a second, you see response status text. Oh, sorry, it's text. So if we look up here real quick, we see where it first errors. So we have the status code of 429. If we look at here, it's the base URL. That is undefined. So we want to go to our response. And send our code. And it's so they know why it's having connecting issues. Now this should work. If not, I'll do it the other way around where it still pulls the data. So if we go ahead and just give this a go. There was an error connecting to the API. Too many requests. So that'll let people know that they made one too many requests. And again, if you do it again, it will say it again. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I know it was a pain to get this to work. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I work so hard on these videos. Here is the previous video where you can watch the previous video. Here is the recommended video from YouTube. Here is the playlist to the series that is currently playing. And hit subscribe.